Alright guys, we are here once more, back in action. 2025, we had a long holiday and it's April, 4 months into the year. And here we are with another episode.
4 months of silence.
Yeah, boy, and we're still Afro Saints podcast, your favorite podcast that appears once in a while.
My voice changed.
No. I would say mine changed too.
Oh, my voice changed. Welcome guys once again on Afro Saints. Anyways, like you say guys, welcome you once again on Afro Saints. It's been a long time since the last time. We can't be asking what happened, okay?
No, we can't. But here we are back. And we've got some more news to share with you. Some cool topics to discuss with you. And some exciting stuff that we'll be bringing out this year, right?
Yes, this year is a year of greatness. A year of more content. I mean, we have more plans now for our podcast. So guys, just stay there, stay tuned. We'll bring you more.
Fine. I mean, on that same line, would you want to tell them a secret? What pushed us back onto this platform? Why we are here today? What happened?
We ought to be here. We watched our own videos and we were like, man, why are we not here?
That's half truth. Would you want to say a little bit more?
You finish the other half. I will just say it until this point.
No, I feel like...
Personally, I feel like I watched these videos and I was like, man, what happened to us? That's also, you guys have been asking us, like, what's up? What happened? Because we are afraid someone will take over our podcast,
Well, yes, that's a valid point. Anyways, what are we here today with? What's up?
Well, today we just came to say, hey guys, we are alive.
Okay, fine. I feel like today we can discuss about the temple in Zim.
The upcoming temple in Zim.
Do you see how beautiful it is?
I went there. But
you went there?
Yeah, I visited.
Did you get a chance to get inside?
Outside, of course.
Of course, it's a stupid question. They're not going to allow you inside.
They won't allow, but man...
No, but let's just talk about the temples in Africa, including our own Harare, Zimbabwe temple. Like how big of a blessing it is to those who are here. And think about it in relation to the temple trip down south with the bus. I mean, that's a relief.
Now it's coming as close as we can go.
Yeah. But do you think we'll be able to support the temple? I know I'm just asking this out of concern.
I mean,
do you feel we are ready for it?
Since we have it, the Lord saw it fit that we are ready for it.
But do we have people ready to work in there?
I don't know about that.
Of course, we are not bishops, but I'm just wondering. Do you feel we'll be able to keep it running like as much as it's supposed to?
It will work.
Do you think you will be able to get like volunteers who do the job? Except the paid ones, of course. Because the paid jobs are a few.
Volunteers. We're just looking forward and hoping for the best. Like we're hoping to have more volunteers. Since we have the temple.
I don't know. I'm worried on behalf of the Lord. I don't know if it is allowed, but I've been thinking. No. I don't speak for the Lord. Come on. I don't speak for the Lord, but maybe sometimes when you're up for a task, you'd feel like you are inadequate. You'd feel like maybe, hey, this is too much for me to be. You'd think, what if I can't do this? What if I won't be able to measure up to what I'm expected to be doing? So those things, they got me thinking like, once the temple is operational, do we get the volumes of people getting in and out? Of course, those who are ready for ordinances are there. But what about the volunteers, people who have to sacrifice hours, helping, assisting, so and so? Will you be able to get those people? Like, let's look at a ward level. In your ward. Damafos. Shout out to Damafos. We're here today. I'm sure you can recognize this wall.
We are shooting from Damafos.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, but look at your ward. And I'm not saying you should judge. But I'm just saying, maybe look at the turnout of activities. Look at the turnout you usually have when trying to do something like service projects, and now use that same turnout in the context of the temple.
Participation in the temple. Well,
it's worrisome. Am I wrong?
What's the first requirement for someone to work at the temple, by the way?
I don't know. You have to be worthy. Temple recommend ready.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, looking at my ward, I feel people are doing great.
They're doing great.
They're progressing. You know, I was looking at, before we went for the Young Singers conference.
Oh, yeah.
Big shout out to Unite, Invite, and Ignite. Yeah.
They left out something on that theme.
What?
Inviting. What was it?
Yeah, invite.
Unite. What does unite mean?
Unite.
Is that something to do with marriage or something?
Yeah, of course.
Because I know young single adults, it's always marriage.
Of course, marriages are coming out of that.
Okay.
Yeah. So as I was saying,
invite, married, and ignite.
Oh my goodness. By the way, I'm saying, you know, one of the requirements we had was that we were to go through an interview, like that Worthiness interview from the bishop.
Yeah.
We had to go through that. So actually, from their side, you had to have a temple recommend to go for it.
And there is another one coming up, right?
Yeah, and the temple recommend.
And the temple recommend is required.
Again. You see, that one's for the stake. That one's an interstake. So I'm saying, like, looking at this word, I feel like people are actually going there. They are on the journey of it. Like, already people are getting their temple recommend. You know, that alone can actually boost their faith. You know, that alone is like a foundation for preparation. You know, once you start engaging in actually being worthy, you grow your testimony, you keep the commandments, and then the rest will follow. That's the basic foundation, isn't it?
Sure. Amen. No, I mean, yes, you are right. But also, just a follow-up question, out of curiosity on that note. Do you feel that the attendance will be as good as it was the last time you went there? Considering that now they gotta be temple ready. They gotta equip themselves. Yeah. Do you think? Do you think it will be the attendance will be as many as attended last time?
This time it's strict, I can say.
So let's assume last time was maybe 800 in attendance, considering all stakes invited. And if all those stakes are invited again this time, do you think they will turn out in their numbers?
Oh, they won't. That's due to maybe, after a review of what happened, the things that went down, and then the results. It won't be.
Was there anything terrible that went down?
I didn't mention. I just mean like.
No, I'm not saying you should spill the beans. I'm not saying you should say it.
Now, maybe some are married, so
okay. No names, of course. Oh, let's assume some are married.
Some are older, so the attendance, of course, will be a little bit lower. Plus, it's a stake. It's not an interstate.
Oh, this time it's only a Harare East.
Attendance will be
it's a Harare East.
It's a Harare East stake only.
So out of maybe 20 YSAs in your ward, do you think all of them will go?
Don't worry. Yes, for my ward, everybody will go.
They will go.
They will go. I know it. I know my people.
No, this one is fine. We've never had a convention or a conference before that required temple recommend.
Yeah, so we are just trying to cultivate, a rising generation of, worthy young adults who will be able to lead the church in the future, So as I'm thinking about like what you asked about, how some people feel inadequate when it comes to participation in maybe temple activities. That made me think about some devotional that Elder D taught Christopherson. Yeah, he conducted the devotional. He did a title, "The Will to Prepare."
Yeah,
I remember that one so well. So I feel like what is required is just a prepared heart.
Okay.
Inadequacy. Yeah, I'm quite sure everybody feels that sometimes you feel inadequate. I could say it's normal. You feel worried, you feel fear. That is very normal. You know, sometimes when you are worried or sometimes when you are in such fear, it may stimulate you to work hard, right? It's only when it's too much that you get paralyzed. You paralyze your confidence. Right?
Hey, now you're speaking in tongues. Hey,
no, I'm just quoting this man.
It's fine.
So,
now you know that's a serious talk.
Feeling
I don't think we need that for the podcast.
Don't worry.
Now you're going in too deep.
Once we mention tempo, man, it's serious talk. You understand?
Fine.
We can't separate.
It's fine. Okay, we're excited the tempo is coming. For one reason, first reason, many reasons, but one reason that I'm grateful for is I will no longer have to take a bus down south.
You just take a taxi.
Because the trip down south is tiresome.
But it's gonna be surprising. I feel like a lot of people from outside the country are actually gonna visit more than the ones.
Exactly.
I don't know if it's the excitement that people want to come and explore, like what's happening with the new temple, as if there's anything different. But I mean, I'm expecting to have more people from the outside.
Talking about the temple or temples rather, Kenya is ready for dedication soon.
Okay. How many now?
I think maybe after this general conference, like after this April general conference, we gotta be witnessing the dedication or the open house soon enough. And I was watching a video on the renovations that are happening at Salt Lake City Temple.
Again?
Man, those guys are doing something crazy.
Another renovation back then?
I'm not so sure, but this one has taken too much time. And I heard the temple is ready for an open house like 2027.
And you know why the renovations, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, they've got to make the place beautiful. But there's some crazy engineering that they're doing, man. I watched the video. I'll post the video in the link. But, they're somehow like messing with the foundation of the temple. Like moving or expanding the foundation a bit.
Yeah, it has to be.
And putting in cords that are tied up from the top to the down. Like, when I watched it, I couldn't understand the thing. I was like, wow. Science and technology is getting into these buildings like crazy.
Quite sure it's for the best. I mean, there might be those of you who are wondering, what are we talking about? Temples.
Now we're just talking about
into temples,
we're just talking about beautiful things that are happening around us.
Yeah.
Beautiful things that are happening around us.
The temple in Zimbabwe is gonna be the most beautiful building in Zimbabwe. You know that, right? Yes. No argument.
Just because I go to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, I don't want to offend many, so I will say it will be the beautiful building.
It's going to be the most beautiful building in Zimbabwe.
Well, let's leave it to our viewers.
You may comment if you want.
Yeah, but I know it will be beautiful, fancy, inside out. But to say it will be the most beautiful building in Zim, I don't know.
Temples are nice, man.
But what I know for sure, it is going to be the most sacred building in Zimbabwe. That one, there is no doubt.
The most beautiful sacred building.
Fine, Peter. I don't want to argue with you. You win. You have won.
All right.
Take a guess. Just a challenge. What do you think is going to be the next temple announced in Africa? Take a guess.
Botswana.
I'll give you 3 countries.
Botswana.
Out of 54 countries now, we've got 2 in South, 1 in Zim, 2 actually in DRC. They announced another one.
Okay.
And Kenya and Ghana. I don't know if I mentioned Nigeria, but I think it's another one. Then there is Cote d'Ivoire. Uganda, what's up? Did they announce a temple in Uganda?
I'm not quite
I think they did. Last conference, go and check. I think they did announce another temple in Uganda. So that's about 8. So let's say for us to get to 10 temples in Africa, which other 2 countries do you think will get a temple next?
Not quite familiar with the statistics of the progress of the church so far.
No, it's nothing to do about statistics. We just want you to play this hunch
Where is
game.
the church growing?
I don't know.
Where else is
Let's
the
phone
church?
President Monson. No, President Nelson. I'm like, President, where is the church growing in Africa?
Do we get a guess revelation? I mean,
No, but where do you think it will be? Just a guess. So that maybe one day when it's announced, we'll come back on this platform of like, yeah, Peter, you were
doing
right.
it. Central Africa, West Africa, and South Africa. Is it balanced for the time being?
Do you think it's about balance?
I mean, what else could be the reason?
Peter, just play the game.
Why
Come
is-
on, you're
why-
taking
why
too
else-
long.
why
No
else-
one is going to judge you that you were wrong or right.
No judgment. But I'm saying, yeah, there's gotta be balance. Yes, of
I don't
course.
think it works that way.
I don't know, man.
If we were to ask President Nelson today, he would tell us that no, it doesn't work like that. I don't think it's about balance.
Guess.
I think, okay, I'll tell you mine, what I'm thinking, what I'm just thinking. I would think Kenya, since they have one, Uganda was announced, Zim was announced. Maybe the next temple Mozambique, they also have a temple that was announced. So that's 9. So Southern Africa, I think for now we're good.
Now there goes the balance.
I think
We are good, Southern Africa.
think somewhere around Rwanda,
Wonder.
we might have a temple. Amongst the temples that will be announced next time, I think, I'm just playing the game.
How's the church?
I think Rwanda would be
Wonder.
next.
Okay, it's
and let's see, West Africa. It may be somewhere in West Africa.
somewhere in West Africa.
Yeah, somewhere in West Africa.
Sierra Leone.
Maybe. It's a maybe.
There the temple Sierra Leone.
I don't think so. I don't know if my memory is failing me, but I don't think they have.
guess.
I don't think they do.
Sierra Leone. Shout out to my friends in Sierra Leone.
It's okay, Peter. You were in Sierra Leone. Fine.
I've never been there.
Fine. You see, I spoke revelation. The sun is now shining on me.
Hey. That's just natural. There's nothing behind the sun shining on you.
Sunshine.
The view from which we are sitting.
Yeah, but you know,
Enjoying the view, by the way.
I was thinking lately that we call ourselves Afro Saints, but we don't take Africa that seriously. Like there's a few things we talk about when it comes to Africa.
I was looking at that. Was it this other video you posted that had this title like the real reasons why
Africans are joining the church? Like there's shout out to World Radio podcast. So they did a video. No, actually they did a reaction on the video. I think someone posted on their Instagram. Yeah, so these guys had to discuss like the title of the video. Imagine was so provocative.
What
The
was it?
reasons why Africans are joining the church.
I thought that's what I saw.
Yeah,
so the one
exactly.
you posted, was it a reaction?
That was a reaction. That was a reaction. Yeah, that was a reaction.
Okay.
So imagine seeing that title, the reasons why Africans
I
are
mean,
joining.
our viewers and our subscribers may hit our comment section right now. Like, why do you think Africans are joining the church? But why would they say
At this point in time, unlike 2014s, 2010s, 2005,
why those years?
when we had aid,
Crisis.
rice and beans, people flocked to church in their numbers. But now, I wouldn't find any other reasons other than, I guess we are ready, it's our time.
So right now it's way different from before.
It is.
So back then people had reasons to join the church. They were seeking for what?
Well, not all of them, but many numbers in many communities were due to the fact that there was food being handed out.
Okay.
Like we were in crisis, times of hunger, times of drought. And it made sense that people ran to church because LDS Charities was providing something to eat.
But it was for the good.
But imagine now, that video, they did it, what? Was it this year or last year? I think it's late last year. Yeah, late last year. And if they are seeing huge numbers in Africa, that means right now I think we are ready. We are ready.
We are ready for the church.
Like the Lord is now hasting.
Look at how the temples are being announced and dedicated and actually built. We are ready, man.
We're ready.
Exactly.
We are ready.
That's why I say when we're talking about Zimbabwe temple, we are ready. We are just ready.
No, Africa, we are ready.
I mean, Zimbabwe also ready.
Do you remember the Shakira song? It's time for Africa.
I don't listen. I don't hate.
No, it's not World Cup, but it's time for Africa.
Okay, it's time for Africa to
shine.
Time
for Africa to shine.
Okay, I see.
No, like, I would say, no, what are some of the reasons that hindered our ancestors or our parents to come to church? One was the language.
Okay. Yeah, talking about language, you know, some parts of Africa, church is done in their local.
In vernacular, local languages.
Local language.
So are you about to ask me why we are not doing it? Because I don't have the answer. No, I don't have the answer.
Are you doing it?
I don't have the answer. But come on, people can pray in their language. People can give talks in their language.
You know, people just think this.
In classes, we can teach, use any other language that people can understand. Yeah, I know, but I think slowly we are getting there. Come on, Gospel Library has a version. There's a Shona version.
We are ready.
Yeah.
The Lord is preparing.
There's a Zulu, Sizulu, Book of Mormon version. So I think one day we'll get there.
So back to your question, like what hindered maybe our ancestors from
language of course. We speak too much English.
But
I mean, look at where we are now. We are already speaking English.
On that other episode, we talked about culture. You remember?
Yep.
That's a factor. I mean, like looking at church gospel culture, and like the African culture, it's two different things.
Yeah.
Because already Africa, although our own cultures, it's like Africans have their own religions or ways of doing things, even when it comes to gospel sense. And then we also have the gospel culture, especially the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, will be quite different from maybe the rest or what people know or understand. So that's another factor.
Well, fine. Is it okay if we do a follow-up video on this one and we talk about like the reasons why people are flocking to church in their numbers and what we think might be stopping these guys to come to church?
Okay. So is it like two-way person? Why people are flocking to the church?
Yeah.
And why
others are finding themselves not coming?
Okay. All right. So do you think our viewers can also?
I think this will be a nice story. We'll do our own reaction of that video.
Okay. Do our own reaction.
Exactly.
Ready.
Fine.
Hopefully Brandon will be around.
Sure, he's gotta be around.
Sitting here, firing with questions. Why were you so unavailable on this special day of 2025? 4 months after going silent on our viewers. We apologize.
All right. So, I mean, just a wrap up. Because of time,
I don't like that one. Wait, I don't like it. Like even in church, because of time.
It is because of time. Everything has time. It is because of time.
They have more time to watch this video, our viewers.
Anyways,
okay, what is it?
We gotta say bye to them.
We gotta say bye.
For the catch-up episode.
Yeah, so this was just the catch-up episode. Just, update you on what's coming and update you on temples. So now we have content for our next episode.
Have we ever run out of content? You speak as if we didn't have.
No, we don't usually.
I'm just saying it's a nice angle to touch on.
We don't usually
Like,
give people.
give them context on why we think people are coming.
We don't usually give people a heads up on what we'll be talking about next time.
I know, but this time they're lucky. They gotta stay tuned for another episode to find out about this.
You continue being lucky.
Alright, keep watching. From me, that's a bye.
Already?
Yeah.
You may leave. I will talk to you. I will talk to you.
It's okay, Peter, bye.
This guy is about to leave. So he's gone. So guys, don't forget to subscribe, like our page, and follow all our handles. We're on TikTok, YouTube. We are also on Instagram. Oh, he's gone. I was about to ask. Anyways, you can follow all our handles, and we have a WhatsApp channel where I'm actually gonna be posting all these links where you can just click and follow us. So from this side, it's your guy Peter, a co-host. Now my host has departed. Shout out, peace, enjoy. Ah.